Before you keep searching for answers everywhere else, I invite you to pause for a moment, not to do more, but so you might realize maybe what you've been looking for is exactly what I've already been saying to you, but you haven't recognized it. My beloved child, you've wondered, is God speaking to me? Or why do I pray and still feel like no one is answering? Or even, how do I know if it's His voice or just my own thoughts? I know all of that. I hear every question echoing in your heart when you lie awake at night, when you read scripture and nothing seems to touch you, when you hear someone say, God spoke to me, and deep inside a quiet envy stirs. Why can they hear Him, but I can't? But child, don't let the silence fool you. I'm not silent. I am speaking. You just haven't yet learned to recognize my voice. I have been speaking since the beginning. Since I created the heavens and the earth, I spoke, let there be light. And there was light. I spoke to Adam, to Noah, to Abraham. I called Moses from the burning bush. I whispered to Elijah in the storm, but not through the wind or the fire or the earthquake, but through a gentle breeze, a holy whisper. You see, I don't only speak with majesty, I speak with tenderness. Not to frighten you, but to draw you close. I am a God who speaks. And more than that, I am a Father who longs to talk with you. But why don't you hear me? Not because you're not spiritual enough, not because you're not good enough, not because I've abandoned you. No, but because your heart is too noisy to hear. There are too many other voices crowding in. This world is full of voices. The voice of social media, the voice of pressure, the voice of your past, the voice of anxiety, the voice of self-criticism. Every day you filter through thousands of messages, and among those voices my gentle whisper gets drowned out. Not because it's weak, but because it doesn't compete. It doesn't push. It doesn't shout. My voice is humble. It waits for you to pause, waits for you to be still, waits for you to come close and listen with your whole heart. Maybe you're seeking an experience, but I'm waiting for a relationship. You think hearing God means something supernatural has to happen, like a vision, a powerful dream, or a clear prophetic word. But child, I'm not looking for performance. I'm looking for love. I'm not looking for people with strange experiences. I'm looking for hearts that are tender. Sometimes I choose silence, not to confuse you, but to train your heart to seek me more than just emotion. Because true love doesn't need signs every day. True love waits. True love listens, even when it sees nothing. My voice doesn't sound like what you expect. You're expecting a loud answer. Should I take this job or that one? Should I go or stay? God, please say something really clear. But I'm speaking about deeper things, about your soul, about your identity, about inner healing, about returning to your place as my beloved. I don't just care about what you do. I care about who you're becoming in the process. So when you ask me something and I'm silent, ask again, Father, what are you teaching me in this silence? I want you to learn something deeper, listening in my presence. Hearing me isn't just about getting direction. It's about being present with me, like a child resting in their parents' arms, not needing to say anything, not needing to hear anything, but still knowing, Father is here. That is the deepest listening, no words needed, yet the soul knows. Maybe you're listening, but not yet believing that God truly speaks to you. Do you believe I only speak to the anointed, only to pastors, prophets, or more spiritual people? Child, I break that belief right now. I speak to ordinary people, to young Samuel in the temple, to a widow in her desperation, to Mary in her fear, to Paul in the dark of night. And today I am speaking to you. My word, like a lamp in the darkness. You may be walking in the dark, unsure of what's ahead, unable to see the road clearly, but Scripture says, your word is a lamp to my feet, a light to my path. Not a spotlight for the whole year, just a small lamp for the next step, and I will keep speaking if you keep walking. End of part 1. A gentle invitation. Child, don't be afraid if you haven't heard me clearly. I do not blame you, but I invite you to begin a new journey, a journey of learning to hear my voice. No rush, no pressure, just a heart that's willing. And tonight, if you'd like, whisper this with me. Father, I don't want to miss your voice anymore. Please teach me to listen. Please heal the parts of me that closed off from disappointment. I open my heart, I draw near, and I believe you are speaking to me. Amen. My beloved child, tonight I did not come to teach you a lesson, nor to judge or pressure you to change. I came to sit with you, to be near, to let you feel that you don't have to hold it all together anymore. You're tired, aren't you? Behind those polite smiles, behind all the things you're trying to accomplish, is a soul exhausted from trying to make sense of life, trying to find an answer, trying to hold everything together. But you don't have to try anymore. Not here. Not when I am as close to you as your breath. Take a deep breath, and if you can, close your eyes, not to forget, but to release, to do nothing else but be present in my love. My dear one, I know. There are things you've never told anyone, wounds you don't even know where to begin to explain. Nights you burst into tears for reasons you couldn't name, but I know it all. Every tear you've shed I've counted, every word you swallowed I've heard. Every disappointment you've hidden I've felt, and I haven't walked away. I'm not ashamed of you. I don't turn away when you're weak. I don't despise you when you feel like a failure. In fact, I draw even closer every time you can't stand on your own. Child, when life feels so silent it scares you, when you feel like you're walking in the dark with no hand to hold. That's not when I leave. That's when I carry you. You may not see me. You may not hear me clearly. But my child, true love isn't always loud. Sometimes it's quiet, like warm breath on your pillow, like a hand resting gently over your heart when you feel like giving up, like a fleeting thought that you're still here, still held, still not abandoned. I am still here. I am still the one who speaks when the world is silent. I am still your father even when you've lost your way. I am still your safe place to come home to, no matter how far you've gone. Do you remember the last time you truly felt peace? Not the fake peace that comes when things seem okay, but the deep, sweet peace that quiets your soul. That's the kind of peace I'm bringing you tonight. My beloved, I didn't come to fix you. I came to heal you. I didn't come to accuse you. I came to bind up your heart. I didn't come to make you stronger. I came to be the place where you can be weak without shame. I want you to know this. My presence isn't based on your worthiness, but on my unchanging love. Child, you've believed that you had to be perfect to be loved, that you had to do right, pray enough, live well, then I would come. But that's not the truth. That's the whispering lie of the enemy. The truth is, I've loved you since before you knew my name, and I'm not stopping. I see beauty in your brokenness. I see light in your darkest places, and I'm patiently waiting for the day you believe that, not just in your mind, but with your whole soul. You may think you're not worthy to be close to the Father. You may feel ashamed, disappointed, empty. But my child, I'm not looking for a perfect version of you. I'm looking for you, the real you, right now, with all you're carrying. Let me wash your tired feet. Let me soothe the bruises on your heart. Let me tell you a story, not about your mistakes, but about my love that never gives up. A quiet moment. Gentle background music continues for a few seconds. My precious one, I know there are things you still haven't let go of. Memories that twist in your chest when they come. People you've forgiven with your lips, but your heart still aches. I understand, because I've seen every time you've tried. And I see, too, that you need a safe place to let it all out. So tonight I invite you to release. Not because you're strong, but because you're weary. Let me carry what you can't. Let me fight the battles you don't know how to win. My child, I am God. But I am also a father who's not afraid to stoop down into your mess to lift you up. I am the creator of the universe, but also the father who sits quietly beside your bed, wiping your tears in the night. You are never a burden to me. You are my joy, the target of my love every single day, and if you still don't believe it, then let me say it again. This time listen with your heart. You are my beloved. You belong to me. And nothing, no circumstance, no failure can separate you from my love. Your breath is softening now, isn't it? Your heartbeat is slowing down. Your soul is being covered in wordless peace. That is the sign you are entering rest. The place where my presence wraps around you like a warm blanket on a winter night. The place where you can sleep without fear. Where I guard you, even in your dreams. My dear one, stay here a little longer. There's no rush, no need to hurry to figure things out. Just stay in my love a little more. Let me whisper into your heart things deeper than words. I am here. I will not leave. I love you completely, and I do not change. My beloved child, there are nights when you turn your face into the pillow and silent tears fall without anyone knowing. Heavy sleep weighed down by mental exhaustion and thoughts that never stop running. You try to be strong, but deep inside, you just long for someone to come and say to you, you don't have to hold it all together anymore. I'm here. And I want you to hear this clearly in tonight's stillness. I have never and will never leave you. From the very moment you opened your eyes to this world, to the moments you felt abandoned by life, my eyes have never left you. When you were joyful, I smiled with you. When you stumbled, I bent down and reached out to catch you. When you felt unlovable, I still called you precious child. You don't need to search for me in the noise, for I am not hiding in complexity or distance. I draw near to you in your weary breaths, in a simple whisper, Father, please be near. And the moment you speak those words, my love pours out like a gentle mist, soothing your soul. Sometimes you ask, Father, why can't I feel you? And I whisper back, because you're trying to feel with your emotions, instead of trusting with your heart. My child, faith is not about feeling, it's about trusting, even when emotions say otherwise. It's when everything seems silent, but you still choose to say, I know you're here, Father. I am in the gentle breeze that brushes past. I am in the sunlight streaming through the morning curtains. I am in the moment you smile when no one understands. I am there in the very moments you feel most alone. And do you know this? Even when you don't pray, I still hear the voice of your heart. Even when you can't find the strength to say a word, I still read your falling tears. Nothing in you is unfamiliar to me. No wound of yours is invisible to my eyes. Do you know how I love you? My love isn't based on whether you're perfect or mistake-free. That love doesn't waver when you're weak. I don't see you through the lens of failure. I see you through the lens of mercy, redemption, and eternal love. When others turn away, I draw near. When others accuse, I embrace you. When the world says you're not enough, I say you are my masterpiece. Let me tell you something. Not a single moment of your life is meaningless. Every pain you've endured, I will use it to birth compassion. Every fall, I will use to teach you perseverance. Every season of loneliness, I will turn into a sacred place where you learn to hear my whisper. Do you remember the times you thought you had collapsed? But still you stood again, even if only with a tiny bit of strength. In that very moment, you were walking in my power, not your own. You never walked alone, not once. You are being held. There are times you don't feel it, but I'm still guiding you step by step. When you pass through the valley of the shadow of death, I walk with you. When you're in the deep sea of doubt, I'm the one reaching out to save you. When you are lost, I am the lighthouse that never fades. Child, don't let the silence fool you into thinking I've given up. I am the one who never changes. My plan for you is still unfolding, even when you don't see it. You may only see the broken pieces today, but I see the full masterpiece. I am weaving goodness from what looks like chaos. Every tear you've cried, I've stored in my bottle. Every whispered prayer I've written on heaven's scrolls. So tonight, let go of the burden. You don't need to hold it all together anymore. You don't need to prove anything. I've seen enough. I know enough. And I still choose to love you completely. Lay your head on my shoulder like a child in their father's arms. Let the tears fall. Let your mind quiet down. I don't need your perfection. I just need you to come close. Tonight I'm covering your soul with a robe of peace. This robe is not of this world. It's woven from unchanging love, from a presence that never leaves. I will whisper to your heart as you drift into sleep, I am still here. I have never left you. Even when you don't see me, I am holding you. My beloved child, when darkness covers everything and your sighs echo silently through the night, I am still there. There has never been a moment when my eyes left you, not a single breath you've taken that I did not know, and not a single pain you've felt that I have not touched with my deepest love. There are nights when you wonder, God, where are you? And if you listen closely, you will hear a gentle whisper, I am here. I have never left. I have seen you trying to be strong, when all you wanted was to collapse and cry. I have seen you smile at others while you were breaking inside. I have seen you pray in silence, hoping for just one small sign from me. And I want you to know, I have heard, I have seen, and I am moving. My beloved child, do not fear the darkness, because even in the thickest darkness my light is never hidden. My light is not like the light of the world. It never goes out, never dims, and never lets you lose your way. No matter how far you feel you are, the truth is you are closer to me than you think, because darkness cannot hide you from me. On the contrary, I use the darkness to hold you closer. Do you remember when you were little, every time you were afraid of the dark, I sent someone to hold and comfort you? I still do that, but this time I want you to recognize that embrace is me. That peace is me. That whisper of comfort in your mind is my voice. My beloved, I am not only with you when you are strong. I do not only bless you when you succeed. I am your God in every tear, in every weary step, in every moment you can only whisper, Lord, help me. I do not love you because you are perfect. I love you because you are mine. Even when you fall, I still call you my beloved child. Do not let other voices make you forget that. The self-blame, the whispers of doubt, the painful memories, all of them must bow to my word. And tonight, I declare this. You belong to me. You are loved. You are not abandoned. My beloved, you may be feeling weak, but do not mistake weakness for failure. In fact, it is in your weakness that my grace is revealed most clearly. You don't need to prove anything to me. You don't need to be okay for me to listen. You don't need to accomplish anything great to get my attention. Just come. Just call my name. Just whisper, Father, and it is enough for me to lean in. Tonight, I want you to lay down your burdens. You've been carrying things that were never yours to bear. The judgments others have thrown at you. The fears the world has planted in your mind. The responsibilities you've taken on because you thought if you don't hold it together, everything will fall apart. But child, I didn't create you to carry the weight of the world. I created you to walk with me. So hand me that burden. Give me the things you can't understand, can't control, can't fix. And let me do what only your Heavenly Father can do. Heal, restore, renew. Do the impossible. Don't be afraid of tomorrow. I am already there. I have gone ahead of you, preparing the way, protecting you, and setting up blessings far beyond what you could ask or imagine. Don't let your past define you. I do not see you through the lens of your mistakes. I see you through the blood of my beloved Son, Jesus, and through him you are called holy, righteous, accepted, and loved. Don't listen to the voice of accusation. Listen to me, child. I forgive you. I choose you. I call you home. Do you remember the last time you truly felt peace? Not because everything was perfect, but because in that moment you knew I was there. I want you to live in that awareness, not just for a few minutes, but every day, every night, every breath, because I am not the God of only your okay moments. I am God in every moment of chaos. Close your eyes now, my child. Imagine my arms wrapping around you. Imagine my heart beating near you, and every beat says, you belong to me. You are safe. You don't have to be afraid. My breath is covering you like a gentle breeze. My hand is resting on your forehead like a tender father blessing you before you sleep. And my voice is whispering into the night, I love you. I am keeping you. I will never leave you. Rest now, my child. Rest in unconditional love. Rest in a presence that never departs. Rest in the unshakable plan I have laid out for you. I don't need you to run. I just need you to believe. Because when you believe, you will see. Even in the darkness, I am still here. And now, when the night has become still, when your soul begins to slow after the hurried rhythms of a long day, I invite you into something deeper, the rest found in my arms. Not a rushed sleep to prepare for tomorrow, not a surrender out of exhaustion, but a rest given from heaven, where you no longer have to strain to be strong, no longer need to force understanding, no longer need to prove anything. My beloved child, I see what you don't say. I understand the silent sighs hidden behind your smile. I count every time you've woken in the night with a heavy heart and eyes searching for something or someone safe enough to fall into. And I am here, not going anywhere. Perhaps you've thought you had to earn my presence. But my child, I've always been here, not because you did well, but because I love you unchangingly. Tonight, I'm not asking for long prayers. I'm not expecting anything big. Just let me hold you. Just release a little and let me be Father. Let me be there when you can't be here. I know there are times when you feel like you're fading. Expectations, wounds, unfinished healing. They make you feel small, powerless, invisible. But do you know something? In the moment you think you're sinking, I see you more clearly than ever. When you have no words left to pray, my spirit prays for you, with groans too deep for words. When you think you're too weak to believe, I am the one sustaining faith within you. When you say I can't anymore, I gently respond, I know, so let me continue for you. I'm not disappointed in you. I haven't left you because you've wanted to give up. On the contrary, that's when I draw nearer, not to scold, but to lift you gently, patiently, with all the tenderness of a father who never stops loving you. There are nights like that, and I am still here. There are nights when you don't want to do anything but curl into the silence, the dark, not because you don't believe in me, but because you're too weary to feel. I understand, and I still choose to stay with you. You don't need to overcome to be worthy of me. My presence doesn't depend on your feelings. Whether you sense me or not, I am here, real, near, and enough. I want you to know this. No night is wasted if in it you let me hold you. No tear is wasted if you let me wipe it away. No crack is meaningless if through it my light can pour in. You are not alone in this journey. Even when you can't take another step, I will carry you. Even when you can't pray, I am still speaking to your spirit, whispering deep within, I love you, I choose you, and I will never give up on you. A final whisper before sleep. And now, as your breath begins to slow, as your heart stops rushing, I invite you to let these words sink in. You are the one I love, even when you can't feel that love. You are the one I chose, not because you are strong enough, but because I long to be in your weakness and do wonders. You don't have to be perfect to be held. You don't have to be successful to be led. You just need to be you, and let me be me, a good father always here. My child, you can rest, truly rest. Let every worry grow quiet. Let me guard your sleep. I was here before your day began, and I will remain, until you awaken and far beyond. No striving, no forcing, just one truth you need to know. I am yours, and you are mine, forever. My beloved child, do you remember the days when you thought every door was closed? The moments when you looked into the future and saw only thick fog, not knowing which direction to take? I was there. In every tear that fell on the pillow, in every prayer left unspoken, I was there, not distant, not indifferent, but close, quiet, and patient. You might think I've forgotten, that the promises I once whispered in quiet moments were just your imagination. But my child, not a single word I have spoken returns void. Not a single word is lost in the flow of time. All of them are being fulfilled at the precise moment, in a way only I, the one who sees from beginning to end, can fully understand. I know you are weary of waiting. I see your perseverance, sometimes steady, sometimes trembling, but still holding on to faith. That moves me. Do you know what causes heaven to fall silent and listen? It's when one of my little ones, in the midst of storms and doubt, still chooses to believe, still whispers, Lord, I don't understand, but I trust you. And today I come to affirm to you, not with noise, not with loud proof, but with a deep whisper into your spirit, I am faithful and I will fulfill what I have promised. Do not measure my faithfulness by the time on your watch. Do not judge my promise by the schedule you've drawn, for my plans go beyond human understanding. I am not delayed, though at times it may seem so. I have not forgotten, even when you are silent in tears. My child, I am writing a great story with your life, a story not just for you, but for many who will be encouraged through your journey. Sometimes the longest, quietest chapters are the ones where I work most deeply in your heart, where no one else sees, but I am touching, healing, preparing. Let me remind you of this. Your waiting is not in vain. While you think you are being delayed, I am deepening your roots, so that when the season comes you will not only bear fruit, but good fruit, strong fruit, eternal fruit. Think of the people you will touch, the souls in despair who will be lifted by your story, the ones about to give up their faith who will walk on, simply because they saw you didn't quit, and they will know that God is truly faithful. My beloved daughter, my beloved son, if today you find yourself still in the middle of the journey, not yet seeing the fulfillment, be at peace. The one who began a good work in you, it is I, and I will complete it. I know you are tired. I know there are parts of your heart still bleeding. There are dreams you've laid at my feet and still haven't heard a reply. But let me say this in absolute tenderness. I do not just hear your cries, I remember every tear, and I will repay. Not one sacrifice you've made for me is wasted. Not one prayer is forgotten. Not one lonely night endured in faith is overlooked by me, even when others forget you, when the world turns away, when you feel no one understands. I still see you. And I am proud of you. I am proud that you're still standing. I am proud that you still worship, even when you see no way out. I am proud that you chose to love me even before I gave you what you hoped for. That is pure faith, real love, unshakable trust, and it moves heaven. My beloved, lift your head, not in human pride, but in the hope of a child of God. I am preparing something good. I am making a way where there is none. I am arranging all things so that what I have spoken will be fulfilled. I am the one who opens doors no one can shut. I am the one who speaks and it comes to be. I am the one who chose you before you were formed in your mother's womb. And if I have started a journey with you, I will not stop halfway. Trust my plan. Trust my timing. And above all, trust my heart for you, because you are not just a tool in my hand, you are my joy, you are the one I sing about, you are the masterpiece I'm painting, the story I'm writing with my eternal love. So don't let go, don't give up, don't judge yourself by the reflection of your current circumstances. Look at me, I am faithful, and I will fulfill it. My beloved child, tonight, as the world grows quiet and your soul begins to touch the depth of my presence, I want to remind you of something important. You were not created just to survive. You were sent to transform. In this turbulent world, you may have felt too small, too ordinary, too quiet to make a difference. But listen to me. No one is ordinary when I have placed my breath within them. I have written your story with my own hand. No one can replace the role you carry. No one else can stand in the place I have prepared specifically for you. Every wound you've endured, every moment that seemed meaningless, is being woven into a living testimony, an illustration of grace, a powerful message that only you can share. You think you're just someone trying to get through life, but in my eyes you are a hidden warrior carrying light into darkness. You are the one who brings my words to hearts drained of hope. You are the one I chose to lift others with the same comfort I used to lift you. You may not stand on a platform, have millions of followers, or shine under stage lights, but that does not make your calling any smaller. Because I do not need a crowd to release power. I need a heart that says yes, and I've seen that in you. I see you helping others without needing recognition. I see you praying quietly for someone in pain. I see you choosing forgiveness even when your heart is bleeding. I see you giving thanks even when everything seems to fall apart. Those are heavenly moments. That is when my kingdom is revealed through your life. And it is those small things, the unseen things, that will shift the world in the invisible realm. My child, do not let the enemy deceive you into thinking you have no worth. Do not let fear make you retreat. Do not let delay convince you that the dream I placed within you has died. It is still alive. It still beats with my heart. And I am still waiting for you to step into that calling. One small step, one act of love, one quiet prayer at a time. Your calling does not begin when every door opens. It begins right where you are. In the kitchen, in the office, in the hospital, in a small rented room, or among the rush of the crowd. I sent you into the place you've already been, to bring light there. I did not just save you from something. I saved you for something. And that something is great. Don't worry if you don't know all the details. Don't wait until you feel perfect. Just take a step, I will lead. Just believe, I will empower. Just offer your empty hands, I will fill them with the supernatural. My child, remember, no one is too broken to be used. No one is too weak to be called. No one is too late to be sent. I chose you not because you were ready, but because I knew I would make you worthy. I am writing a glorious story through your life, a story that will stir hearts that have fallen asleep, a story that will awaken faith in others, a story that makes heaven rejoice as you walk it out. Say to me, Father, even if I'm trembling, I am still willing, and let me do the extraordinary with a surrendered heart. Tonight, as you sleep, I am planting within you the seed of a mission. Tomorrow and in the days to come, you will see it begin to grow. You are chosen, you are sent, and you were born for a great purpose. Sleep well, my beloved warrior. Tonight's rest is not just for recovery, it is preparation for a divine mission that draws near. My beloved child, I know you've been through days that felt like the end of your strength. You've collapsed in the middle of the journey. You've tried, prayed, waited, but sometimes all you've received is silence. And in that silence, you began to believe that good things would never come to you again. That maybe you missed what I had planned. That maybe you were broken, too weary to start over. But today I want you to hear this clearly. Your restoration has already begun. Not because you are stronger, not because everything around you has changed, but because I, your God, have touched the depths of your spirit and begun to breathe new life into the barren places. You don't have to do anything to earn it. You don't have to prove you're good enough to be healed. You only have to believe and receive. Because restoration is not a reward. It is my promise to you. I am starting again from the roots, healing the painful memories you no longer dare to touch, reviving the dreams you buried, wiping away the tears you cried in silence. I am binding the invisible wounds, the brokenness inside that no one else sees. But I see, and I do not ignore. Sometimes restoration doesn't come like a rushing wind. It comes like a gentle dew. It comes like the first light of day. It comes when you don't even notice it, but suddenly feel lighter, breathe deeper, and smile without pretending. My child, I am rebuilding you with a gentle and mighty hand. I am not just healing you, I am recreating you. You will not just survive, you will step into a new life, a renewed mind, a heart that loves itself the way I love you. Don't be afraid if you don't see results immediately. I don't work the way humans do. I plant in the dark, but in due time it will sprout, it will bloom. When you sleep, I am working. When you cry, I am upholding you. When you feel like you're falling apart, I am reshaping you into your original image, the image of life, hope, and wholeness. Don't despise the small days, for they are the beginning. I am teaching you how to rest without guilt, how to be silent without feeling abandoned, how to trust without needing to see ahead. This is the season where you learn to trust me more than your feelings. And when you are at your weakest, that is not the end. That is where restoration begins, in your deepest place, where I can touch you without resistance. I want you to begin to speak differently. Don't say I'm falling apart, say I'm being lifted up. Don't say I'm breaking, say I'm being rebuilt. Don't say I'm left behind. Say I'm being led into something new. You are living in the flow of restoration. And one day soon, you will look back and see it wasn't you who pulled yourself together. It was I who carried you step by step, held you through the nights, and kept your heart when it felt like it was breaking. My beloved, I have never left you, and now your restoration has already begun. And now, as the whisper fades, as everything has been shared, I am still here, not leaving you, not silent, not forgetting. My beloved child, maybe right now you're lying quietly in bed, your eyes slowly closing. Maybe your mind still holds a little worry, a few thoughts drifting quietly by. But I want you to know this. Nothing in you surprises me. No emotion of yours drives me away. I don't wait for you to become stronger, tidier, or more perfect before I come close. No, I came when you were still broken, when the tears had not yet dried, when your faith was only a fragile sigh. And it was in that place that I whispered, I am here. You don't need to do anything more. No more striving, no need to prove anything, because my love doesn't come from what you do, but from who you are, my child, the precious breath in my heart, the gaze I never turn away from. Let tonight become a turning point, not because something outside instantly changes, but because something inside you has softened, something in you has surrendered, has trusted, has exhaled and let go. And that is where miracles begin. Tomorrow you may still walk through uncertain roads, still face the unknown, but the difference is you will no longer walk alone. I hold your hand, I go before you, and I am within you. Every time you feel weak, every time you smile, every time you can only whisper, Lord, help me, and I will. Never think your small prayer goes unheard. Every whisper of yours reaches my heart. Every tear you cry, I have kept. You are not invisible, you are not forgotten, you are not alone in the silent battle you're going through, because there is one who never sleeps, never leaves, and always watches over you through the night, and that is me, your Father. So tonight, Allow yourself to rest. Breathe deeply and let go. Lay down every expectation, every burden, every voice in your head. And just let me whisper one final thing into your heart. I love you. Not because of what you do, not because you got it right, not because you know how to pray or live holy, but simply because you are mine. You are the one I chose. You are the one I protect. You are the one I never stop dreaming about and fighting for. Sleep well, my beloved. Let my peace guard your heart and mind. Let my grace wrap around you like a soft blanket. And let my love be the last breath you remember before you drift to sleep. Because tonight, you are resting in the arms of the one who loves you more than life itself. Amen.